Hey everybody, and welcome back to From Guiseley to Greatness with me, GeeW365. You joined us last time. We beat a certain team. I can't remember who it is. I'll get to it in a second. But firstly, hope everyone is okay. Last game that we played was, as you can see, we've had a bit of shocking form. I can't address it yet. Now it is. Barrow, we beat them 2-1 away from home. It was a good game. Since then, we've only just won his first game in 7. We've drawn 4, lost 1, and then drawn another, and then won 1. And unfortunately, we got a message saying that we was like to get the sack because, as you can see here, we're 4th, and I've actually promised that we can be things will look better next month. Now, that winning that last game left us 3 points clear. Sorry, 3 points behind top of the league Barrow, the team we just recently beat on the last commentary. Harrogate and Flyde have overtaken us. Fortunately, they've had a bit of sketchy form as well and find themselves only 3 and 1 point above us, respectively. It could have been so much worse, but we're just hanging in there like with the skin of his teeth. I am starting to panic a little bit. As a result, we have made some more changes. You might have noticed on this page, there's a new face over here in key player slot. So if I go onto the squad, if I go to transfers and into history, we've let some more players go. We've let Lewis Allman go because wages, Capitani because of wages, Charlie Holt because of wages, and Darcy O'Connor because of wages. Greg Morehouse was asking for football, was never going to get, so we let him go. We've signed 3 players. We've got Jack Compton, who looks decent. He's got a decent left foot on him. £220 a week, which is cheaper than what Allman was on by £130. He does have a substantial goal bonus and appearance fee, though. So the reason why that's good is because if he does find himself to be injured, then it's not going to cost us anything. We signed him after he was released from Hartlepool, who are a Football League side. So, and if you look at the reports, he is he looks very good. He's a 3.5 star player. Fortunately, he's got very poor when it comes to marking an opponent, poor tackling, one-footed, and his stamina's not the best. But it says here, good player for most Vanarama conference sides. I just basically want someone who was better all round. Almond was just pace and a little bit of dribbling. I think that was about it. Maybe a bit of crossing. That was it. Jack Compton, I'm hoping, and he proved this with his first game. He got 2 assists in his first game. I'm hoping he's going to prove quite the bargain. Then we've got Jonathan Margate, who was signed here. I looked at his stats and thought, well, he looks quite good, apart from bravery. But if you look at his stats for his recommended role, which is poacher, yes, he's got a 7 for anticipation, 6 for composure and concentration, but he's got some pretty high stats for everything else for this league anyway. So I took a punt at him. He's on £275 a week. I've got rid of Capitani, who was on £200 a week. He just didn't live up to anything. However, there's more to come with regards Capitani, because he was a pin in the dick for Charlie. He did basically what he'd not done all season. Well, done maybe twice all season, i.e. the 2 assists. And he did it in his very first game, I think, against us, which I was not best pleased. Then we've recently just signed, after putting him on trial, and this is why I got rid of Darcy O'Connor, this guy here, released from Manchester United. So he's got to have some sort of pedigree, and if you look at the reports, he actually said, he doesn't say it now for whatever reason, but it actually says that he's got the potential to become a good League 1 player. So because of that, I thought, well, I've got to snap him up. I've got to. And he's got some decent stats. Determination lets him down quite substantially. I'm pretty sure it's gone down as well. We're on 5, I'm almost certain of that. But he's got some decent physical stats. Some decent mental stats for a defender. Anticipation, bravery, concentration, decisions are pretty good. Leadership as well is not that it's a massive feature, but positioning, teamwork, and work rate are decent as well. So I'm hoping he's, as well as obviously tackling, marking, and heading. So I'm hoping he's going to make the difference into the running of the season, because I'm hoping to not get sacked if I can help it. By the way, Jonathan Margates, he was released by Hull, who are also a Premier League team. He had 1 appearance from last season, so he has actually played at the highest level. As you can see, though, he's not got off to the best start. 6.57 average with 1 goal to his name. It's not the best start, but we'll just carry on. Niall Hume, one of the youngsters, just keeps getting injured over and over and over again. Wesley is still on loan, and he's actually he's been crocked twice for 2 months, so he's not going to progress that much. That's it. Injuries. We have had injuries to Aaron McGowan and Henry Rollinson recently, as well as Andy Holdsworth most recently. So we are struggling at right back, as it seems, which is kind of a concern, because I got rid of Holt as well, thinking, well, I've got plenty of cover. As it turns out, I mean, I could have recalled Wesley at any point, but he's not going to be the best at this moment in time. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to move Billy Simpson to right back. I'm going to move Jack Turnbull into the side. And that is literally all we can do, really. Put in the goalkeeper. What's happening here? I just moved someone out by accident. Wallace. Trying to scroll down. Isaac Nelson is still somewhere around the fringes. I may put him on instead of Ryan Noble. Been trying to get rid of Ryan Noble, and you might be thinking, well, why? You just only just got him. Because he's on £350 a week, and he's got 2 goals in 15 appearances, and got a shocking average rating. It's just terrible. Just terrible. You know, I don't know why. His stats suggest it should be better, you know, for the key stats. But he's just not performed for us at all in the slightest. Compton got injured in the last game, but fortunately he's not injured long term. So that means we are going to put Michael on the left wing, and we're going to put John Wallace on the right, and keep Jock Compton on the bench. 82, Calvin Phillips as well. He came on in the last game and played pretty well. It says he only got 6.5, but he came on after about 20 minutes. He had a decent game, in my opinion. He kept making some decent tackles, despite only having 7 for tackling. But he's got the potential to improve. One concern there is Ryan McConnell being on 84%. There's not a great deal we can do should anything go wrong. I need to swap these 2 round as well. So we'll go with that. Anything else I need to mention? Oh yes, the opposition team. Bradford Park Avenue. The team that we can't beat, it seems. View fixtures results. Nope. Their form is a bit sketchy. They've got same as us. They've got 1 win in 8 games. 1 win in 8 games. Lost to Barrow, our title rivals, last time out, 2-0. So we're gonna have to play well to beat them. They've got us at home. We are at home, so I'm hopeful we can beat them. But last time out, I don't know how we check it out now. Actually. If I click on this and go into past meetings, there we go. We have yet to beat them. We've drawn twice, and we have lost 3 times. So technically, currently, we are unable to beat Bradford Park Avenue. We're hoping to set that record straight. If we go to Bradford Park Avenue again and go to this screen here, their key player is Thomas Flynn. This is Thomas Flynn. He looks pretty decent. He's a goalkeeper. His communication isn't the best, but these stats are pretty handy. Reflexes 12, handling 11. Not bad, I suppose. He's not the strongest. So I'm kind of hopeful we can do a number on him, really, if he's a key player. Doesn't look amazing. Probably got some potential. Thomas Briggs is their hot prospect, who is a defender, and he's showing some decent signs, especially the bravery and the natural fitness. He's actually a right back as well. That's about it, really, for Bradford Park Avenue. Showing you the past results. Tactics tweaks, we have done a few things in terms of this. I've put on Be More Expressive. I'm going to switch to float crosses as well. Low crosses just doesn't seem to want to work, I think. Be More Expressive is something to put on. Higher tempo, close down more, drop deep. I'm going to knock that off as well and determine it through how we're doing in the game. So let's jump into it then. This is probably going to be a lot shorter than the last video. The last video was about half an hour long, and I apologise for that as well. This is a local derby, so this is a just wait for Liam Blake, really. He's got 6 for finishing and 5 for heading, but long shots 13, which is pretty neat, as well as free kicks 10. So he could be pretty key. And actually, looking at his passing, And Vision, he'd be good as a deep line playmaker for them. But they've got a bit of a weird setup, a very narrow setup. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to say give a fans are expecting. But in fact, we'll go for this. We need to beat them. We can't either get sacked or get promoted without beating them. Because if we get promoted, chances are we probably won't play them again. Unless, of course, they get promoted. So here we go then. Margits and Laurie get the ball underway. Or the game underway, really. Turnbull, a bit of a liability for me, in my eyes. But he gets a rare game. Love and Laurie linking up well. That's a great ball from Patterson. And Margit scores and gets us off to the best possible start. Very poor header from the left back. Sorry, the right back. Patterson. Poor header. Very poor header. Don't know who that was aimed at. Terrible. John Terrible, you might say. So, moving on. So 1-0 is a good start. Andrew now with the throw. Throws it down to Michael. Knocks it back to Andrew. He can swing it in. And he does well with great employment. Laurie scores to make it 2. Exceptional start for Guiseley. This is just what they need with their manager under pressure. Massively under pressure. They said they wanted us to win the league. It's the first time pretty much all season we've dropped out of the top 2. And the first time it gets brought up here, you're very much under threat. If you don't attend this meeting, we're going to terminate your contract, basically. So the damage getting done early. I was 2-0 up. I just remembered I didn't do all the highlights. I will just, after this game, I will just look at the scores afterwards. If you do want to see the highlights, let me know and I will show you the highlights. But what I will do is I will basically I'll just show you the goal scores and the times of the goal score. Go on, Laurie, lad. Just square it. Oh, shocking effort. But yeah, I just realised it's like a giant penis, by the way. I'm very hopeful that we can win this game, keep his form up. I mean, we haven't, to be fair, we've only lost 1 in like 7, so it'd be very, very harsh for us to get sacked on that form. You know, that's what you call, you know, if that's what you call a slump, where you only lose 1 game, then fair enough, but, you know, if you're going to think like that, then basically you're a dick. You know, yeah, if you draw like, 15 games in a row, then fair enough, because you need wins, inevitably. Performance has been good. We need to keep it going. I did this last time, and we were 2-0 up, which is what prompted me to remember that I hadn't actually shown the highlights. I was 2-0 up against Leamington, I believe, at half-time, and we ended up drawing 2-2. It was devastating. Very much devastating. John Wallace is injured. Brilliant. Right, so with that in mind, we're going to switch Michael to the right wing, and we're going to bring on Jack Compton. First look for you guys of our new signing, although he's not the fittest at the minute. A few fitness problems. I've trimmed the squad quite considerably this season, which it seems like it might have been a bit of a schoolboy error, but when you've got players that are not even on a contract asking for games, it's a bit awkward to kick out your best players, especially when you want them to progress and improve. We are going to make a change. Calvin Phillips is probably going to come on for Grant Roberts, and then he's going to switch with Archie Love. I'd rather have a better defensive player at this stage, and Love is quite the all-rounder. Here comes a corner. Great save from Lynch as Price gets the nod down and smashes it straight to his hands. Boothman crosses in. It's cleared away by Compton. Love closes down Gregory, but Gregory finds Price forward, but being forced back to Patterson now. We had that earlier error. Now it's Flynn, the goalkeeper. And now he disappears. Yeah. Archie Love is now injured. Fantastic. Best player in our team, pretty much, is injured. Which means that we are going to have to mess around with our team somewhat. Calvin Phillips, you are now the ball-winning midfielder. I'm not sure you would enjoy that, but never mind. See, Compton, James Laurie. Laurie can kind of play in the middle. I'll put you in the middle. Oh, that's the wrong person. Laurie can kind of play in the middle. And we'll bring on Alex Johnson. Top goal scorer at the minute. That's basically all I can say about him. He's not done amazing. He's scored odd goals here and there. Never at a key time. But I will definitely go after this game. Oh my god. Alex Johnson is now injured. Brilliant. Fantastic. 3 subs. All used. Never mind. Right, so we've got 10 minutes just to defend. We should be okay. To be fair. I mean, they've not really had a chance all game, as you can clearly see. The last 20 seconds of the game. That's a solid 2-0 win, to be fair. Hughes knocks it into Boothman. Now it's Gregory. Good tackle by McConnell, the new signing. 2 games in a row looking like it, not conceding a goal. He's just come in for that. Has he played just 2 games? 2 games so far. He's conceded 1 goal in that game. So that's a good. He's looking like a very good signing at this early stage. That's a very good win, to be fair. A few injuries though, which is a bit concerning. Very good win. That leaves us still in 4th place. However, we are only 1 point off top. If we get sacked, I'm not going to be best pleased. Ooh, excuse me. Maybe I should have started drinking the beer. But anyway. So, Alex Johnson is out for 3 to 4 months. So, unfortunately, that's probably going to be the last game that Alex Johnson plays for the club. Unfortunately. John Wallace as well. 6 to 7 week. His contract expires at the end of the year as well. It's probably unlikely he's going to play for us as well. It's a shame. But that is pretty damn bad. Yeah. It says here, Alex Johnson's injury looks to be quite serious. And with his contract due to expire at the end of the season. Yeah, that's what I've just said basically. But I'm just going to send the assistant because I really can't be asked discussing that. The pitch was a disgrace, apparently, according to their manager. I think the very fact you're asking me that speaks volumes. Frankly, the pitch was a disgrace and gave us no chance at all getting a result. It's a shame because on another day we could have been discussing a good game of football and we said the playing surface has become a factor. Stop being bitter. I've had to play in it as well. Not me, but the team. Anyway, so, schedule. I'll not show the highlights, but since the Barrow game, we were 1-0 down and we got a late equaliser after pushing loads of people forward. And that's where I think Henry Rowlandson got injured. I think, I might be wrong. Then we... Hold on a minute, I'm looking at the wrong one. Then we drew 1-1. Oh no, I did keep on playing with Stalybridge, and that was the most devastating thing ever because I am actually going to go into this one just to show you this. They had 1 shot all game, and then the very last chance they had. In fact, I'm going to show you this one because it was devastating. Devastating to say the least. They were down to 10 as well because they had used all the subs. And we lost to 10. Well, it felt like it lost to 10 men. I mean, it was a poor, scrappy goal that we got. I'm thinking, right, yeah, nice one. Well done, Alex. And then this happened. We were on the attack again. I'm thinking, right, it's just going to be a long highlight. It's going to finish 1-0, something like that. Then this happens. Wheeler gets the ball, boots it long downfield. Oh, by the way, actually, I'm just going to pause. Oh, no, I did not mean to do that. I meant to pause it. But if I just go into schedule again, it's worth noting, before I show the rest of this game, that we lost both our centre-backs to injury. So we ended up with Andy Holdsworth and Grant Roberts as centre-backs. It just reminded me there. So I'll show you that again. I apologise for having to show you this again, but I'll just go straight to the goal. But this is the last minute. Ball gets played eventually. Ball's played forward. Rollinson loses it, and then Brogan now. Why am I still coming to it? It's a highlight. Played it long, and this is what I mean. Holdsworth, any other defender would have dealt with that, and that's the first chance they had all game. And they scored it, and we lost 2 points because of it. And those 2 points would have seen us top at this moment in time. So that was that. And then we were 2-0 up. Oh, I didn't mean to click on that. Yeah, well, actually, it makes sense. We scored 2 in 1 minute. Alright, and then we got pulled back to 2-2, which was very disappointing. To be fair, they probably deserved it looking at the reflection on the chances and that. So that was that game. Weren't any real scorchers or like that, so I won't bother. Then Lowestoft. I will show this one because it was just a joke. I mean, again, it was an even game, but you know, it's just so frustrating now. I'm actually surprised Richard got a draw out of this because they scored in injury time and we scored in injury time. It doesn't happen very often, but this is what happened. Yeah, bull. That's exactly what it was. It was a load of bull. Compton got it. This is his debut. Finds Johnson with a neat header. His 12th goal of the season. And then Harris basically crossed it in. Mekki played it out wide again. Obvious chance here. Cross it in, near post header. There you go. Yeah, can write it like a script. Keeper never seems to save them. Save them. Then, last minute. We're in the 92nd minute. Right, argument it's 91st, but I'm pretty sure if the score it says 92. Or 90 plus 2. Why is O'Connor attacking that? Just see that again. Just watch as he, look at the back post as he crosses this ball. There's no one there. No one there at all. Leave the ball. There's no one there at all. I'm thinking, oh God, here we go. But fortunately, well, I can't get on it, unfortunately. But it was straight from kick-off anyway, so it's not that long. But Simpson got it. Just a bit of passing at the back, a bit of a chip forward, straight to Mitchell King. Thinking, yeah, nice one, O'Connor. It's prompted me to get rid of him. I think this made me mind up. I thought your decision making is just shocking. Should have left that. Simpson won the tackle. Wallace got it, and then Compton. A long ball from Compton. This is the second assist. Laurie got it and finished with great aplomb, and basically that kind of saved us. I actually think if that had been a loss as well as the next game as well, I think we probably would have been goners, because we lost the next game, which was AFC Telford. We were 1-0 up. The Penders back straight away. Again, we were all over them. Well, I'll say all over them. They had more possession, but we had a hell of a lot more chances, and somehow found ourselves 2-1 down. Tried everything in his power, pushed people forward, changed tactics, and no highlights. Pretty much had no highlights whatsoever. Bit of a poor show, really. Then we got back to winning ways in the last game again. We drew with Chorley, which Capitani squared it for the goal scorer Owen Story, which he told his Owen story about this game. But Jonathan Margetson getting his first goal for the club in this game. As you can see, we just shaded it and probably deserved it a little bit more. Unfortunately, it wasn't to be, but we were 1-0 down, and we were pretty much grateful. I think I actually switched to my 4-3-1-2 formation just to try and do something, because the 4-4-2 for some reason in that game wasn't working. Then we played Corby in the last game. They beat us in the previous encounter between us, and we won it quite comprehensively. Look at the stats there. We had twice as many chances as them. We played very well. Key performance. Andy Holsworth, who's been injured since, Archie Love, and a couple of the defenders, as well as Lyndon Michael. So yeah, all the defence played well in that game. First clean sheet in a while, and followed up by the last game that you just saw. So hopefully I've enjoyed this. I'm sorry it was in the wrong order, but we got there in the end. So basically what I'm probably going to go to on the next game, it's probably going to be... Let's have a think. What have we got left to play? We've got bottom after North Ferrybridge. Well, we've got two of the bottom three teams. Tamworth and Harrogate. Probably the Harrogate game. It's got to be a Harrogate. We've got Flyde, who are flying at the minute. Last game's against the bottom of the league. Hopefully that might prove useful. I'm hoping these next two games, because they're against the bottom two teams, we're going to win his next 2 games, and then hopefully they won't sack us. But if they sack us after that, because after that game we drew the first one against Charlie, and Charlie are currently 18th, so they're low down. I'm hopeful that if we can win these 2 games here, that will see us safe for at least the rest of the season, and let us see what we're doing the rest of the season. Probably going to come back for the Harrogate game, because they're second in the league at the minute. It's a big game, and hopefully we'll see us with, still in the job. I'm hoping anyway. But hopefully you join us for that, and until next time, I'll see you then. Bye bye.